Well, Europe is extremely attractive because of its incredible level of science. We have publications at world-class level. We have scientists that are sought of in the entire world. But we also have some negatives in Europe because we have too little translation of this knowledge into application, into companies. Actually, we're losing biotech companies rather than we're gaining more. And those that we're gaining are typically not financed sufficiently. Investments in Europe are small because A, we probably don't have the same type of rigorous selection criteria that is needed to finance a biotech in countries like the United States or in America. So here it's very often public funding at first, and that's pretty much across the board and not really going after what is the most promising innovation. And then from there onwards, the follow-on financing is missing. While US venture is coming to Europe, it's not sufficient. Very often instead, some of the best innovations that are coming out of academia in Europe are very quickly migrating over to be incorporated in the US and then completely leave Europe at some point. Corporates, like in big pharma, are typically the recipient of biotech. So biotechs get funded either to be taken public or to be acquired by industry. If you look at industry, it's investing a big portion of its free operating cash flow into acquiring either rights or entire companies out of the biotech universe. So external innovation is absolutely key for the pharma industry to remain innovative. So we are sort of like a major part of the process for these biotechs actually to be financed ultimately. There are multiple examples on how the pharmaceutical industry actually supports biotech. The first way that I can think of is that they need our machine to do the clinical development. Typically, biotech companies are not capable of really covering the entire value chain, from first clinical development, then into pharmacovigilance, into regulatory approval of products, and ultimately commercialization. So they need to partner, which is why they either partner giving rights to pharma or they entirely divest into the pharma environment. Secondly, what we're doing is we're serving also very often as incubators and as also venture to support these type of biotech companies. We have here in Berlin and in 4 other locations around the world so-called incubators where we're actually creating biotechs and helping them get up on their own feet and create an environment in where innovation can grow. And then very often we invest into those. So we have a venture arm like many other pharma companies have, which functions just like other private ventures, but very often more with a strategic focus in mind. In the case of Bayer, we're trying to actually solve 10 of the biggest science challenges that exist in the world through the investment into biotech companies. It's actually materializing as we speak, even though it can get much, much bigger. But here in our backyard, we're actually creating a translation center which does translate science in the sciences of cell and gene therapy into products and ultimately into companies. That's the kind of flywheel that we need to create for multiple modalities, multiple indication areas across Europe. And then we need to have the capital markets that actually help finance these companies. Those can come either from venture or from large companies like ourselves. We're doing it here, and I'm very proud that this is hopefully a crystallization point for such an ecosystem to be created here in Europe. Today we have very few formats that actually support biotech development here in Europe. So BioCap can be such a platform. We will see. It's the first year, so we will have to give it a little bit of time. But we need commitment from the locals, local players like Bayer, for example, to support this type of format. And that's what we do. And I do believe that Berlin is the perfect place for this. I'm actually also happy to see that stakeholders from politics and academia, as well as from industry, are supporting it. We need more of this.